Hello, my name is Kevin Patterson. In today's recording, I'm going to take you through the new Lansweeper integration for Jira. Now let's take a look and see what to expect. Now Lansweeper has created two applications to serve the Jira Service Management and Jira Cloud market. You'll see that there's the Lansweeper integration for Jira that's great for any Atlassian customer, whether you're on the free tier, the standard tier, the premium tier, or enterprise tier. The purpose of this integration is to serve those customers that do not use Atlassian JSM assets. And then our other application is a bit more advanced. It is geared toward the JSM customers that are leveraging assets for a CMDB and is available to all Jira customers that are using the premium and enterprise tier. But in today's recording, we're going to focus on the Lansweeper integration for Jira. Let's do a live demonstration and see what to expect. So I'm taking you over to my Jira Service Management instance, and we're looking at one of my JSM projects that I use for support. Here, as an agent in the system, I can begin to serve some customers. I do see that there's an incident log by Cassandra Lloyd with an issue with a desktop. Let's see how the integration between Lansweeper and Jira Service Management will work. So I'm going to click on the issue, and we see the details from the issue that Cassandra submitted. There's an issue with the desktop. Now, I have very basic information here. I see that Cassandra is saying that it's desktop D002, which Atlassians tell me might be special, so we'll hover over. It looks like it might be the asset tag for the device. So what I can do through the integration is provide agents with more contextual information to better serve the customer, to better understand the asset that they're trying to troubleshoot. Now you'll notice on the right-hand screen, you're going to see some common Jira fields, but at the bottom, we see a Lansweeper field. This is added by configuring the Jira integration application. So if I hit View Associated Assets, it's going to allow me to see any associated assets from Lansweeper over in Jira Service Management. Now, right now, there's none found automatically, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes, but I have the ability to search. Now, I can search by IP address, MAC address, asset name, the logged in username or the reporter name in Jira, manufacturer type. Our default setting here is going to be all, so when I do a search, it's going to select all those attributes to search. So if I were to come here and select D002, for which Cassandra reported the issue for, we will see a potential match if there's one matching in Lansweeper. And in fact, we do see the match there. To associate this, it's as simple as clicking that little box, and we've now associated that to this Jira issue. Now, let's talk about the power of this. If I'm working on a team and there's multiple JSM agents working on this issue, we now are all working off the same sheet of music. We all know what device is impacted, and we can all see details about this device. Now, there's a couple things I can do in context with this particular asset without leaving Jira Service Management. So as I'm troubleshooting this, I might want to know what software is installed. You'll notice on the right-hand side under Info, I have a few icons. The first icon is my installed software icon. So if it might be a software issue, I can scroll through and see all the installed software normalized by Lansweeper that's on this particular device. So this gives me that operational intelligence to know what's installed on the device. Now, we've also included links to active vulnerabilities. So from an IT security standpoint, I can see all the active vulnerabilities, and I can go and investigate each one and resolve if I want to rectify some of these vulnerabilities. And that's all in context without leaving Jira Service Management. Now, sometimes what I'll need to do is get more information about the asset to be able to troubleshoot it effectively. So what I can do is I can hover over the asset link here, and I can select and click with my mouse. Now, it's going to tell me that we're leaving Jira Service Management to go to an external application. In this case, we're going to Lansweeper. So here we'll go ahead and click over to the next tab that's open, and notice how it deep links me directly to that Lansweeper asset, saving me the hassle of clicking and searching and hunting for this device. So here I can see all relevant information that Lansweeper discovers about this asset. The asset name, the type of device that it is, and all that enriched asset data. As I scroll down, I can see all that information that we're getting from the scans. This really is going to give the agent more operational intelligence. So I know what the device has configured, I know its specifications, I know what's installed. I get a lot of great information to accelerate my ability to properly support this device. With this information, I can use it to troubleshoot and potentially solve this issue a bit faster. The goal here with the integration is to help you improve your mean time to restore service. So from an incident perspective, I want to be able to understand what's wrong faster and provide support faster to close the issue faster. So not only am I more efficient, I'm also improving customer satisfaction. So just like that, I've learned more about the device, I've supported the device, and at this point I can go through and continue working the device and potentially solve or resolve this issue by saying I've patched the device, or whatever I've done, patched with latest patches, or whatever the fix would be. We'd put that in, we'd resolve it, and we're done. So it's just that simple to go through and work with our integration. And that's one simple example. I kind of want to walk through and show you a couple more examples here as well. That was a desktop issue. Let's take a look and see what a server issue would look like as we're working in the application. So I've got a server in this environment called AP01, and it looks like it's having high CPU utilization. So here I can see the incident that was submitted to our system. I can see all the subtasks, all the linked issues, and I already see that device is associated here. So those same features, I can deep link into the asset, I can see the software and vulnerabilities are still going to be available for me. So no matter what I'm doing, whether it's an incident, or it's a problem record, or a change record, I'm going to have access to all this enriched asset detail coming from Lansweeper to really accelerate my ability to support this device and get service restored quickly. Now, I want to show you one more use case of how we believe this application will accelerate and improve your Jira Service Management experience. I want to go to log a brand new change request. So I'm logging a change request to the Jira Service Management Help Center. Here we can go through and see a change request that's already half filled out in flight. We can see our description, we can see all the affected services we've actually got going for this change, and we're going to make a modification and add some memory to one of our servers. As we go down, we do see the implementation plan is there, the backup plan is there. All the relevant details have been provided for me to be able to submit this request and begin working on the change. So as I hit send, it's going to validate all my information is correct, and it's going to pass that into Jira Service Management to be triaged, scheduled, and work as a change request. Let's change roles here and go from the submitter of the change request and see what the JSM agent or the licensed user would see that's going to fulfill the change. So if we look at the change request that we just submitted, I want to show you the auto linking ability here. Notice in the description, I've got a lot of information, and one of those pieces of details is going to be the IP address. If I view associated assets without doing any work at all, I should see an asset already matched based on the IP, and in fact I do. So we are able to auto match on a few of these details, whether it's the MAC address or the IP address. We're going to auto associate the correct asset without you having to do anything, potentially saving you a minute or two of your time as you're going through searching, trying to find the right asset to associate. Now, I do want to mention as well that it is possible to link additional assets as well. So if I wanted to search some results, maybe I wanted to add another server to the change request, I can easily go through and do a search and potentially add another server to this particular change. So it's just that easy to be able to add multiple assets to one particular change request. And that's an example of being able to not only auto match based on IP address, but also manually search and add an additional asset to this change request. We do believe that our integration application is going to save you a lot of time and also provide more operational intelligence to your agent, making them more efficient and able to solve the issues. So my name is Kevin Patterson. Thank you for attending our video session today. Look forward to hearing from you again in the future. Have a great day.